Mindful eating, what is it? Can it help you? Let me talk to you about it. I'm going to give you 9 tips for mindful eating, review some studies on what the science and research are saying about it, and see if it can help you lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Welcome back. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. And this is day 7 of the Health Habits Challenge. So the link's in the description below if you want to learn more about the 7 days of the challenge that we had with health tips. It was fun doing these videos. And also, compassion is a core value of Fit for Freelance, building the adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. And being mindful is a big part of that. So places you can get stuck, anytime you're trying to make a health change, switch up your health habits. You might be trying to lose weight or something like that. It's easy to get stuck. You go a long time between meals. So by the time you actually get around to getting a snack or getting food or something like that, then you just go nuts on whatever you're eating and it's all over the place, like Cookie Monster, or you're really full after you do that, and you might feel like sick or anything like that, like you overate, and just that constant going back and forth kind of thing. And you're really ready to start making some changes in how you eat, so you feel like you're more in control of your eating habits and how that can affect the bigger picture for your health and how you're feeling, how you're able to focus on your business or your work or anything you're doing during the day. So like the constant food struggle isn't an issue for you. So that's what I want to do. I want to help you take confident ownership of your path to premium fitness, and mindful eating is a great way to do that. It could be a useful tool. Okay, here is a couple notes, little caveats. Mindful eating is not intended to replace traditional treatments for severe clinical conditions such as eating disorders. Talk to your doctor about those if that is a challenge for you. And then mindful eating may not be effective as a weight loss strategy on its own, but rather a complement to a weight loss program. And that's what I do with Fit for Freelance. Okay, so I was reading some articles and studies, the Mindful Eating, Art of Presence While You Eat by Joseph Nelson. The link's in the description below for that. That's a cool article. He goes into kind of a whole experience of mindful eating and how you can, he uses a raisin as an example, and how you can really get into a mindful eating experience like that in depth. But I want to go over what the studies and research are saying. 2015 study reviewed 19 studies with a mindful approach to diet, significant weight loss in 13 of the 19 studies, but the researchers were unable to correlate mindful eating with weight loss. Okay, another one, mindful eating is likely to be associated with weight loss, but need more studies to examine the exact correlation. This is in part because it's hard to tell what is mindful eating. There's no mindful eating protocol. There's no distinct best practices, just because it's one of those things you can't just make up rules for. So the kind of methods that were happening in the studies and how people are applying it to their own lives can have a big impact on the results and the outcomes. So you won't be able to link a one-to-one kind of thing. There is another Harvard review that is linked in the description on YouTube, of 68 studies on mindfulness and mindful eating that improved eating behaviors such as slowing down the pace of a meal, recognizing feelings of fullness, gave greater control over eating. So there are lots of benefits to that if you're trying to switch up your eating habits, so you can feel more control and more directive of your eating paths. Okay, so developing your awareness so you aren't blindly following rules. Sometimes this is the issue for a lot of people. If you start a new meal plan or some kind of diet and then you're like very strict on it, it's all or nothing, and that can work for you for a while, but the thing is it sustainable for a long period of time, like for the rest of your life or for, the next phase? And a lot of times people will take on these all or nothing diets and they're hard and fast rules, and then once they are done, or they give up, then they're just done with that. And they don't have the mindfulness or the understanding of their own bodies, how they're interacting with their food, to be able to direct their own choices throughout time. So leave a like if that makes sense to you there. So here are the 9 tips to eating mindfully so you can make the best choices you can in terms of your own health. One is monitor your emotions. A lot of times it's very easy to start eating just because you're bored, or if you've been like working on something for a while, you could have different kind of emotions that are causing you to think that you want to eat, but it's not necessarily the food specific. And so this article that I was reading, if you're not hungry, choose something that directly addresses your emotional state. So if you're bored, maybe that's a sign that you should get up and take a walk, maybe refresh yourself with some water, do something different, maybe try a different task, something that's more exciting, take a break, anything like that. So it's not you resorting to food to fill in a gap somewhere else. Similarly, if you're not feeling happy about something, getting active, really a lot of things will point to getting active instead of eating, unless you are truly hungry, then you want to go ahead and have food. So make sure you're addressing your emotional state through your activities. And that's something I talk about with my coaching and some of the positive behavior support mechanisms, where we want your behavior, the choices that you make, to fulfill the function that it intends. It makes more sense when I'm talking about real life examples, but eating is one of those. Don't eat to cover your emotions. Be mindful of your emotions and choose the best course of action with that. The next tip I have, stop multitasking, focus on your eating. So it's very easy, especially if you're an entrepreneur or freelancer, you are working and you are doing other things, and you just like grab some food and shovel it in while you're typing or working on a document or something like that. So you want to take your time when you eat and set that time aside from your work time. And that's going to give you more mindfulness, so you are aware of all the cues that happen. Like, am I getting full? Am I satisfied now? Is this delicious? Am I enjoying my food? Those kinds of things. So when you're focusing on your food, you can have a more fulfilling experience. And that is the vision of Fit for Freelance. I want everyone to know how to lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. And eating food is one of the essential experiences that I hope you can enjoy. So make sure you take your time on it. Next tip I have for you, appreciate your food more. Lots of examples of thinking about the preparation that goes in your food. So if you say a grace or something, really getting into how that feels, how that food got there. It didn't just appear on your plate, right? There's a food transportation chain. People have their hands involved, packaging, shipping, growing, farming your food. And when you have that more thorough understanding of that, and you can recognize that, that gives you another level of mindfulness, so you can better enjoy that meal. So appreciate your food more, take your time to enjoy it. Next one, fully experience your food, savor each bite. I've written about this. I do food poetry sometimes, a little fun fact. And when you fully enjoy the experience, it is very delightful and fun to eat, and you can really enjoy it. And that's a big part. Like, if you're choking down food that doesn't taste good, then that's its own thing. See if you can change that up. But if you have delicious food, you should take your time to enjoy it and savor it. And that's going to give you a more full experience. And it's also going to affect how much of it you eat. And you can think of this in terms of, like, if you have a pie, right? A slice of pie, key lime pie from Publix, delicious, right? And you just eat the pie in like 5 bites in 1 minute. That is not going to be the mindful experience that you enjoy the pie. But if you can take like a little piece and just look at it, enjoy it, think about where it came from, taste it, just savor it, you can probably get away with eating like half a slice of the same pie and have a more fuller, richer experience in that same session versus just cramming it down. Because if you just scarf it down real quick, then you're going to be like, man, I need to get more pie immediately, right? And so you're eating more because you haven't been mindful to slow down. Hope this is making sense here. Okay, next tip I have for you, monitor how you feel during your meal. This is a big one. A lot of times when people start eating, they will kind of set themselves to like, okay, I have to finish eating this plate. Or if they're not even paying attention to what they're eating, they don't even know what they're eating, like how much. So if you're monitoring how you feel throughout your meal, then you can recognize when you are getting full and you want to eat less, or you're done with your meal, or how it's affecting your mood. So if you were hungry before, you're getting less hungry, or if you were cranky before, how you're getting a little bit of relief, all those kinds of things. Okay, so monitor how you feel during the meal is that tip. The next tip, notice how you feel after your meal. So if you are eating some of those high fat foods, I feel like barbecue is a good example, right? Or like anything that's deep fried, battered food, then after you eat that, you're probably going to feel more tired. You're going to need to take a nap because your body's using more resources to process that and digest that, right? So if that is a factor, you have to focus on your work. Then you want to notice how you're feeling after the meal, so you don't keep putting yourself in situations that drain your energy, that don't feel good, that are causing your concentration to falter when you should be wanting to be crisp and focused and light and all that stuff. All right. So pay attention to how you feel. Another thing I have for mindful eating is stay guilt-free. Guilt is not an ingredient. You've heard this several times from several places. This is always central to the Fit for Freelance. It's like foundational stuff, guilt-free game plan. Don't associate guilt to your eating practice. If you feel like you shouldn't be eating something, then don't eat it. Or if you choose to eat something that maybe you thought you shouldn't have been eating, then enjoy what you're doing. Don't get caught in the middle of doing something and then wishing you're not doing it. That's really not ideal place for you and your health habits, and it's not going to help you lose weight or feel empowered while you're making these health choices. So stay guilt-free. I'll say that all the time. And then keep practicing. That's another thing I say several times is if you were trying to make these health changes, you're not going to get them one and done and sort it out and not have any problems with them ever again. Sometimes these are just a matter of practice, enjoying the experience, right? You don't have to eat every meal mindfully. You aren't like a monk. You can just do it sometimes, see how it fits into your life, try it out, see if it helps you manage your appetite better, helps you manage your food choices, gives you more energy, helps you feel empowered, these kinds of things, and keep practicing the things that feel right for you in your health journey. Okay. And don't just jump on the bandwagon of whatever other people are doing with all or nothing diets or like super fast or weird smoothie situations, right? We want to find a practice that works for you, that's sustainable for you, so you actually enjoy reaching your health and business goals. Okay. Mindful eating is part of session 7 in the upcoming full plate sessions. That session is all about healthy eating in restaurants, food choices, reviewing your menu. And then mindful eating, there's this rule called the 80% full rule. I go in depth in the full plate sessions. So stay tuned for that. That's part of the Health Confidence Club that I'm dropping tomorrow, September 19th, 2022. I've been working all summer on this. I've been promoting it hard this week with this Health Habits Challenge. I'm excited to bring that to you. So you can learn all about that. The link's in the description below. I'm doing a masterclass tomorrow night, Monday, how to lose weight by eating healthy masterclass. And that link will be good even after I go live with it. So you can check that out and learn more about the Health Confidence Club, more about the full plate sessions. That's like 8 sessions that record like 5 hours of content to build your health confidence. So you know what to eat, how to enjoy like losing weight and having more energy while you eat, all that stuff. And then the Health Confidence Club is all about, what you can do with your activity, giving you game plans and systems and support so you can have fun leading the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. So that's what I've got for you today about mindful eating. What do you think? Is this going to help you eat more mindfully? Do you already think you eat mindfully, or do you think it's just a bunch of trash? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Click like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and stay tuned for the Health Confidence Club. Very excited to bring that to you. That's all I've got for you today. Keep practicing. Peace.